This is a mock interview conducted by ForumIAS Academy at New Delhi. The interview panel includes eminent academicians, retired bureaucrats, and other luminaries. The objective of the program is to acquaint the candidate with the format and expectations of the personality test conducted by UPSC.
May I come in, sir?
Please come in. Good afternoon, Sagar. Take a seat.
Thank you, sir.
Sagar, you are from Baghpat, Uttar Pradesh.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Geography is your option. You've done electronics and communications engineering from Maharaja Agrasen Institute of Technology. Where is this?
This is in Rohini, sir.
Okay. And your how many? This is your which attempt?
This is my fourth attempt, sir.
Fourth. Any interviews till now?
I have given the interview of CAPF, UPSC CAPF.
Not civil services.
No, sir.
Reading self-help books, strength training. What is strength training?
Sir, strength training is are the kind of exercises with the help of artificial weights and body weights to increase your strength and stamina.
Is different from normal gymming which people do.
It is the same, sir.
The same.
Yes, sir.
It's called strength training.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have given your preference Haryana cadre.
Yes, sir.
Though you belong to Uttar Pradesh. You don't belong to Uttar Pradesh.
I belong to, sir.
Why have you chosen Haryana as your first preference?
Sir, my home cadre will be Agnipath. Delhi will be my home cadre. And as far as Delhi is concerned, the Haryana is in the more proximity as compared to Uttar Pradesh. That's why I have chosen Haryana as my first preference.
Why didn't you choose Agnipath?
I preferred Haryana over Agnipath because it has more. My family is settled in Delhi, so I have more proximity towards my home, and I'm the eldest son of my home. That's why I will be able to manage my family responsibilities also with the help of along with the job also.
You want to keep away from union territories other than Delhi.
Yes, sir.
You don't want to go to Pondicherry, Andaman, or okay.
As far as preference are concerned, I would like to prefer Haryana at place of other UTs. But if I have to given chance to serve in any place of the country, I will be the one who happily go to the serve at the nation.
Okay, Baghpat is well known for agriculture. I would like to ask you about the farmers' protest which is going on. A lot of options have been advised by our economists, politicians. Some of them are as follows. Differential price payment scheme, price stabilization scheme, no price support, income support. And the latest government proposal for 5 crops. For 5 years, MSP, to motivate farmers into going for crop diversification. You are the Agriculture Minister of India. Suppose, how would you handle this problem? Which would be the best solution according to your opinion?
Sir, in my point of view, the best solution lie in the crop diversification and correcting the distorted crop pattern in our country. We produce around 314 metric million tons of grains, and around 92,000 crores rupees of grain got wasted every year. So my focus will be on more on long-term solutions rather than just going for some short-term solutions. Yes, short-term solutions are also required, but more focus should be on long-term solutions such as infrastructure development and correcting the distorted crop pattern in our country.
Okay. So why not legalize MSP for all the 23 crops? Farmers would like to go for other crops also, if they are sure that minimum support price is there.
Sir, there are two main issue in MSP regime. The first is the government's current subsidy bill is around 4 lakh crore rupees, out of which 2.2 lakh crore rupees is the food subsidy only, and majority of its goes for the MSP. The main issue lie in the MSP regime in the procurement side, whereas only few crops from few regions are only procured and other farmers of the area and other crops are neglected. We have to first focus on balancing the procurement infrastructure, then we can think of going for MSP. This is my stand, sir.
A lot is being said by some people that the consumers are being subsidized much more than the producers. They should be, farmers should also be, their demand should be favorably considered.
Sir, in my point of view, government should go for long-term solution rather than going for some short-term solution like legalizing the MSPs. And in long term, if we go for legalization of MSP, then it will have some environmental impact also. And as far as our food subsidy is considered, yes, it is kind of consumer centric. But in a country where we have $2,200 per capita income, and already food inflation is quite high in our country, so we have to consider at the side of consumers also. And in my point of view, the main focus should be on crop diversification.
Okay. Do you think we need a second green revolution? There are a lot of problems in agriculture.
Yes, sir. In my point of view, second green revolution should be there, but it should not be centered about food security, but it should be centered about first, from consumer point of view, it should be nutrition security. From environmental point of view, we have to go for climate suitable crops. We have to also address the groundwater depletion at this point of time, and also consider soil degradation going from the current cropping pattern.
What is the productivity of wheat in USA and what is it in India?
Sorry, sir, I am not aware about the exact figures.
China.
Sorry, sir.
Okay. China is getting closer to Russia. Is that a threat to our security?
Sir, as far as the nexus of China and Russia is concerned, India should keep a watch on it. But as far as Russia is our friend and we follow a policy of non-alignment, so it should not be taken as a threat. Rather, it should we can utilize that nexus in SCO to have more engagement with both of the countries, and we have a good amount of defense trade with Russia and over the 100 billion of trade with China. So on economic front, we should engage with these countries like SCO summit, and we should not take them as a threat.
We are still non-aligned. Is that our policy?
Sir, in terms of present pragmatic foreign policy of India, we take decisions on the basis of merit rather than going with a particular country or a particular ideology.
What do you understand by strategic autonomy?
Strategic autonomy is the stand of country where it take decisions on the basis of merit rather than having a alignment with some other country or ideas.
Okay. India has been criticized by the West for importing oil from Russia. How do you react to that?
Sir, in my point of view, it is the Indian necessity, India's domestic requirement to purchase oil from the Russia, and we are getting discounted oil from the Russia. As far as Europe countries are concerned, some of the European countries like Germany also procuring gas from the Nord pipeline, which is coming from the natural gas from the Russia. And in my point of view, their allegation of India are not up to the mark as far as India is concerned.
Can you tell me something about the World Economic Outlook?
Sir, it is a report published by I'm not able to recall the exact name of the institution, whether it is IMF or World Economic Forum. It provide the whole overlook of a global economy.
Tell me.
This is
Tell me the global economy. What is the status of the global economy?
in current scenario, the global economy is on a recessionary phase, and it is going toward a high inflation, and it is going towards a high inflation and low economic growth. And due to disruptions caused by Russia-Ukraine war, Israel-Hamas war, and the blockage of Red Sea, the supply chain infrastructure has been curtailed, and it is having distortion in current time.
There is recession all over.
No, sir. Few of the major economy are in the deflationary phase, recessionary phase.
Which economies?
Like Germany, Japan is also a stagnant economy at this point of time, and US is also having a inflationary tendency.
US is under recession.
No, sir. US is not under recession. It is having inflation.
Okay. Thank you.
So you have not mentioned the order of your choices: IAS, IFS, IPS. Why?
What, sir?
You have not mentioned the preference of your
I have mentioned in the
print name. Okay. It's all right. Or your preference?
first is Indian Administrative Services. Right. Second is Indian Foreign Services. Third is Indian Revenue Services, Income Tax. Fourth is Indian Revenue Services, Indirect Taxes. Fifth is Indian Police Services. Sixth is...
Well, Indian Foreign Services, your second preference.
Yes, sir.
Tell me one thing. We had violent clashes with China in Galwan 4 years back. Still, we are having $100 billion plus trade with China, right? And we did not have any major violent clash with Pakistan for last so many years. Still, we don't trade with Pakistan. How do you explain this?
China is a key market player in the global economy. It has we have to procure APIs, mainly electronics and semiconductor products from the China, whereas Pakistan and India have trade competitiveness. Both of the countries produce kind of same amount of same types of good. That's why we both country differing politically.
You mean to say Pakistan and India are competitors?
No, sir. They produce same kind of
Tell
goods.
Me what same they produce?
For example, agriculture produce we do, and in textile also we are the...
Pakistan is not importer of wheat and atta. So Pakistan is not competing with us in terms of...
No, sir, my point of saying this, we are not competitor. We are producing same kind of goods, and we do not have to import anything from the Pakistan.
Okay, you mean to say you don't need to import, or we can say this, that they are not producing anything, which
yes,
is
sir.
maybe... okay, perfect, right. How do you react to this Agniveer scheme of army recruitment?
Sir, Agniveer scheme has been introduced to provide short service to the young candidates, and up to age of 21.5 years. The main focus of the Agniveer scheme to reduce the revenue expenditure of defense, and to focus and to have more expenditure on capital and technical side of machinery side of defense equipment. Second, it also try to have a lean and faster agile combat forces at the place, and to reduce the median age of armed forces from 31 to around 29.
Few weeks back, there was a debate on North-South divide. Southern states leaders were saying that we are contributing more to national kitty, yet major part of that goes to North Indian states because their population is, of course, higher compared to Southern states. So now it's North and South kind of divide. But facts also suggest that North Indian states, UP, Bihar, they are having very high participation in terms of proportion of population. And for education or for other reasons, Southern states have reduced that. and still they are contributing. So how to solve this problem? They are giving more money and getting less, and we are producing more and still we are enjoying.
Sir, in Indian federalism, states are in a same boat where all they sink together and float together.
This is you are saying. This is not Kerala or Tamil Nadu Chief Minister saying this. They are not saying this. So how to tell them? How to convince them?
I will convince them that government has introduced some of the new parameters in the Finance Commission horizontal distribution formula, such as fiscal discipline, forest cover also, and it also these are the two main criteria which goes in the favor of southern states. And as far as absolute numbers are considered, the revenue devolved to the southern state has not decreased over a period of time. So they are getting more than what they are getting in previous Finance Commission. So these comments are, in my point of view, are politically motivated and doesn't hold ground in itself.
You are from Baghpat, huh? That's part of Western UP. Why Western UP is more prosperous compared to East UP?
Sir, Western UP is most prosperous because it is the pioneer during the Green Revolution, and it has the fruits of Green Revolution produced by it, because the lands in Eastern UP are more fragmented and more population density over the land, and they have less capital as compared to Western UP. And the capital of Western UP is invested during the Green Revolution for the modernity of our agriculture. That's why they are create a regional divide between the two regions.
This is a demand that there should be partition of Uttar Pradesh, and this West UP should be termed as Harit Pradesh. How do you react to this demand?
Sir, in my point of view, Uttar Pradesh has around a population of around 20 crores. So we can consider to have more political representation and political proximity towards of government to the people. We can think of dividing Uttar Pradesh in some small states. For example, Uttarakhand has been bifurcated, and it is growing at much faster pace as compared to Uttar Pradesh. So we can consider this fact, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Sagar. Your optional is geography.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you aware of this term called Atlantic Meridional Overturning Circulation?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Can you please tell me what is it?
It is the horizontal and vertical belt of currents in Atlantic Ocean due to density differentiation and salt concentration, salinity.
Okay. So, can you tell me some important areas where it starts?
Sir, it starts from the southern Atlantic Ocean, where water gets uplifted and it flows at upper layer of oceans towards northern side, and it goes in downward direction, and then it at the bottom of ocean it comes from north to south.
Are you sure about this?
I'm not, sir.
Okay, read about this. Okay. When we talk about geography, can you tell me the real meaning of geopolitics?
Sir, geopolitics is the politics based on the geographical location of a particular place. The importance of geography of a place when considered during politics, then it is known as geopolitics. For example, India has a vast coastline. That's why, and in the Indian Ocean, and it has more proximity to Malacca Strait and Red Sea there. So it has an upper hand in these sea lane of communication.
Okay. So according to you, it has geographical components, it has political components. Do you think it has economic component also?
Yes, sir.
Tell me one major geopolitical challenge which India is facing as of now.
Sir, one of the major geopolitical challenge India is facing, that trade through Red Sea has been interrupted due to the attacks by Houthi rebels in Yemen, and which increasing the cost of freight from Europe to India. This is one of the geopolitical challenge India is facing. Second, we can say that in towards Eastern Europe, towards Southeast Asia, we have a limited trade as compared to the Southwest Asia. It is one of the, because of dominance of China in the region, it is one of the other geopolitical threat India is facing. And third, we can say Silk and Road Initiative by the China, where it is trying to encirculate India through the string of pearls policy. This is one of the other challenge which India is facing.
Okay. See, when we talk about electronics, we have some major brands which are international, like LG, Apple, Samsung. Why are not many Indian companies seen who are as popular as these international brands?
Sir, electronics industry is mainly based on critical minerals and rare earth minerals, which India is has a potential, but it has not been explored till now. The Taiwan and China has Taiwan, China, Australia, these countries has explored, and Japan also has explored its critical earth minerals, which is used in electronics industry. That's why India is lagging behind.
But critical minerals are essentially seen like China is the dominant player when we talk about critical minerals or rare earths, which we call. But still we see Japan and South Korea, these companies are doing very well. These are heavily reliant on Chinese imports. So why are we staying behind?
Sir, electronics industry is mainly based on semiconductor based.
So do you think it is only because of this rare earth issue, or there are some other aspects also which is pulling us down?
There are some other issues also, like semiconductor industry requires a huge amount of capital investment, which government of India is lacking. And recently Tata Group and an Israeli firm named as Semiconductor Towers has applied government to open a first semiconductor based manufacturing plant.
Okay, so one was rare earth, second was semiconductor. What else?
So these are the one which I can
No problem. I see you are interested in cricket.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we come across modern day debates in cricket, as in who is better player, Babar Azam or Virat Kohli. What according to you?
Sir, in my point of view, both are good in their context. And I think players should not be compared on the basis of some facts and figures, because in every match there are certain different circumstances which require different kind of skills from each player. So comparison between players, in my point of view, is futile. As far as ICC international ranking is considered, both of the batsmen are doing fair enough on ICC ranking list.
Essentially, they are compared for one specific shot. Can you name that?
This is a cover drive, sir.
Okay, so whose cover drive you find more interesting?
In my point of view, both are delight to watch.
Okay. Since you have electronics as your graduation background, can you tell me some important technological use which we see in cricket?
Sir, the first is the decision review system, which uses ball tracking, and the cameras used in stump mic used in cricket, and the sneakometer used in cricket. These are the types of drones and cameras used, which provide 3D view, which can provide up to the view of match from the different angles, are the some applications of electronics.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So Sagar, you have a very significant name, and recently in the budget, Nirmala Sitharaman has mentioned about a blue economy 2.0. What is blue economy, and after that you tell me what is blue economy 2.0.
Sir, blue economy is the providing boost towards the economy based on the oceans. For example, fisheries sector, coastal infrastructure creation, exploration of deep sea minerals. For example, we have a deep sea mining mission also, and extraction of polymetallic nodules from the oceans, the tourism based on biodiversity of ocean. These are the component of blue economy, sir.
And what is 2.0, blue economy 2.0?
Sorry, sir, I am not aware about those.
It was
nuances.
mentioned in interim budget this time. Can you tell me other important key decisions or key announcements that were made in interim budget this year?
Sorry, sir, I am not aware about it.
So you haven't gone through interim budget?
I have gone through it, but in a
Okay.
in bits and pieces, sir.
All right. Okay. So there was a mention about Lakpati Didi Yojana. Can you tell me something about that?
It was the sub-component of Sagar Kaushik IAS Yojana of government, which is based on self-help group based empowerment of women, where they enroll in business and to become to make women millionaire is the aim of this scheme.
So recently there was an issue regarding granting the permanent commission to women of Indian Coast Guard. Are you aware of the issue?
Sir, I am aware that in army they are granted a permanent commission.
So why they are not granting this Indian Coast Guard women permanent commission?
Sir, there are some of the particular issues regarding to the particular requirement of the work armed forces, due to which they are hesitant to incorporate women in combat roles. For example, the specific requirement of hygiene for women in those difficult terrains and area is one of the issue. Second, they are in the point of armed force officers, there are some key there are some apprehensions that those who are working on lower level will not accept the command of a lady as better as in a equivalent to a male officer. Third is, we can say, during the wartime and during wartime operations, women are more prone to harassment and other sexually abuse as compared to men.
Okay, you were chosen for this Central Armed Police Force, but you didn't accept the appointment, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in CAPF also the women are working. They are working in the difficult terrain, and as far as you are mentioning about hygienity and other issues, over there's no such kind of issues. So why in Indian Coast Guard you are saying that?
Sir, it is not my point of view that women should not be inducted. It is the general perception among the armed forces personals. And in my point of view, women should be there to provide a different kind of approach to the combat forces. For example, the new gender-based, gender-sensitive approach in the armed forces can be inducted only through the women officers, and women officers in the combat force can provide a role models for other girls who are aspiring to be in combat forces.
Okay, so coming to another women issue that is very significant nowadays, about menstrual leave. What do you think about menstrual leaves?
In my point of view, sir, it should be there to incorporate the needs of women during particular period of month.
So what are the hurdles then?
So the main hurdle is the economic issue, the economic loss to a company, and due to which there are apprehensions that company will start discriminating against the women at the recruitment stage only, because they know they have to bear a loss of 2 days leave in a month only.
Which other states are having provision of this?
I think, sir, Bihar is having the provision for the menstrual leave.
For how many days?
It is for 2 days, sir.
Okay. So there are two concepts, carbon capturing and carbon sequestration. What is the difference between these two?
The difference is that in carbon capturing, we can utilize the captured carbon for industrial purpose. And in sequestration, we have to capture the carbons and burrow it down in the old coal fields and old coal seams.
So which one is more effective?
In my point of view, sir, carbon capture is more effective.
Why?
Because it utilizes at the point itself. It doesn't delegate the issue of carbon to the futures.
Tell me that which model of geography do you think can be of more relevance in the context of multipolar world that is emerging nowadays?
Module of geography.
Model of geography. There are two models in geography. Have you read?
Sorry, sir, I am not aware about it.
Spikesman Rimland theory and another one?
Heartland theory.
Heartland theory.
Yes,
Which
sir.
of these two is more relevant in nowadays in today's world?
In my point of view, US and Europe, Eastern Europe being the center of power, and new center is emerging as China of power. In my point of view, heartland theory is more suited.
Why not dreamland theory?
Sorry, sir, I am not aware about the particular
All right.
nuances of it.
All right. My last question. Do you have any idea about law of inertia?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As far as the law of inertia is concerned, apply it in our society. How do you see it?
Sir, in our society, in past we can see through social religious reforms which are done during the Indian national independence, where society being force on society being put by some of the religious reformers such as Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, and which create society from the rest or rudimentary rest to a evolutionary motion of modernity. Okay, thank you.
Focus on geographical topics, particularly which are very commonly been in news: environmental geography, okay, then some specific global warming, climate change, agriculture, and the theories of geography, particularly geopolitical aspects.
Sure, sir.
And that is very much being that is always coming in the newspapers these days. Otherwise, it's fine. Whenever you're answering, just don't explain things in detail. Enumerate whatever is being asked.